Well, how do you spot fake friends? Man, I think this is really going to help a lot of people. But firstly, they're not your friends. They're not your friends. I know you're probably in high school right now and you're hanging around with a lot of different people. You may be in college, you meet university, lots of new people, lots of different experiences. And you're like, oh my God, we're brothers, we're friends. They're not your friends. They're really not. And I wish I could tell you I wish I could sit here and tell you, oh, well then tell them to hop on self-improvement. It's not going to work. I'm sorry. It just won't work. I hope, man. I really hope I could sit here and tell you, bro, tell them to hop on self-improvement. Tell them to be on NoFap. Tell them to get off social media. They won't. You know why? Because their life is not shit enough. And I know, being a young guy on self-improvement, it can be overwhelming, because you have to juggle so many things at once. You have to juggle your mental health. You have to juggle your hustle, your development as a person, and then you have your social life as well. It can be really fatiguing on yourself, because there's only so much energy you can give out to certain things in your life. You can't do everything at 100%. So in this video, I'm going to tell you how you can spot fake friends. Let's get into it. Spotting fake friends, if you have minimal social intelligence, you'll be able to spot them. It's nothing crazy. It doesn't take a whole lot. But, as you go through your life as a young man, you're gonna come across a lot of people, like a lot of different types of people, I don't want you to sort of be like, oh, but they're my best friends and I'm gonna try have a best friend every single time because I've never really had someone like that. Don't do that. Identify people. Look at them. Okay. Do me and him. Am I like this person? Is he as ambitious as I am? Is he as disciplined as I am? And then choose, okay, maybe I want to have a good relationship with this person, or I'm just going to keep him around. I'm not going to get too sweet and I'm not going to indulge myself in this person. I'm not going to spend too much time with this person. Just going to keep him there normally and then go about my life. Because here's the crazy part. The more you invest, the more vulnerable you become. Now, I'm not saying being vulnerable is a bad thing, but what I am trying to ask is, are you ready? Or are you ready to give someone your vulnerability? And what if they misuse it? And that's not on them, that's on you. Then you're going to be heartbroken. You're going to be like, and I'm not talking about women, I'm talking about your relationships as a whole, your friends. Maybe that friend says something fucking stupid, or this person disagrees with you, or this person calls you names or makes fun of you, or just disrespects you. How are you going to feel about that? Because the more energy you give this person, the more it's going to hurt. And when it hurts more, that's when you lose focus. That's when you lose interest. That's when you lose momentum. That's when you lose energy that you could be putting into other different areas of your life, such as self-improvement. But if suddenly that time is being taken away, then you're not really improving. I had a lot of these friends in high school, and to be honest with you, when I was in high school, I was like, oh my God, they're my friends. They're nice. Oh my God, they're my brothers. Mate, I've been in uni 1 year now. And we moved and I'm going to fucking tell you. Let me tell you something. I know you've heard this before. You're like, 6 months from now, we're not going to talk to each other. This shit is real. It happens. Let's say you're in high school right now. You've just graduated, right? I see maybe 3 or 4 of my best mates who I consider brothers, right? No, 3 or 4 good friends. And out of those 3 or 4, maybe one is like a brother to me. And I see them once in a couple of months, and we actually stay in touch. But the other 20 that were in our group, the other 16 of them, I've not heard from them. I have not texted them, they have not texted me. So invest wisely. Okay? I have friends who watch my videos, right? Who watch my videos, but they're not on self-improvement. They don't do any of the self-improvement habits. And I know that. Why? Because their life was not as shit as mine. When I was 15 years old, 16 years old, brother, I didn't look good. I didn't have a good physique. I had no sort of social confidence. I wasn't good at particularly anything in my life. I was made fun of, ridiculed. And this is not a pity fest. I don't want you to feel sorry for me. Of course not. But what I'm trying to say is that my life was so shit in every shape or form that I was like, bro, I have to improve. I have to cut out these shit habits. I just need to. I was scrolling, I was fapping, I was eating shit food, I was fucking doing loads of shit. And I was just like, I was playing video games and it just switched up. I always had this thought in my mind, like, bro, I will not die like this. And I was never ever a full-on degenerate. But I had some symptoms of it. And even then I knew, bro, I'm made for more than this. So I had to get on self-improvement. But as I got into high school, I had kids talking about, oh, let's play some video games. You know, oh bro, fapping goes okay. Oh, fapping 3 times a week is actually good for testosterone. This fucking gay shit. Bro, I had kids telling me that. I had kids telling me, oh, Papa's in, bro. Papa's in. Let's go smoke. Oh, bro, I could have been shot drugs on the street when I was 17 years old. I had all of these people around me telling me to do things, but I didn't. You know why? Because my life was shit. My life was fucking garbage. I lived with a single mom. I grew up with a single mom. Right? These cunts who were telling me to do shit, they came from mummies and daddy's money. I'm not saying they didn't struggle in life. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that their life position was completely different than mine. I didn't have shit, bro. When I was 16 years old, I remember I started my online business. I was clipping up podcast clips and I was uploading them on TikTok. And that's when I started making some money, bro. But before that, bro, I remember this one time. I used to take the train from my school to my house, and I used to take an hour one way, right? And on the way, I used to stop by a grocery store. I remember I just looked at it. I was dead fucking hungry, bro. Like, I was probably around 55 kgs when I was in high school, 55, 60 kgs at 15, 16 years old, and I didn't have any money. I had the equivalent of around 25 cents in my account. And what are you gonna get in 25 cents? You know, these friends. Bro, I'm telling you, this is going to save you a lot of time. When you go to high school, when you go to college, right? Or university, look around you. Ask people, how did they grow up? You know, are their parents still together? You know, what do their parents do for work? Ask yourself. You're going to see that a lot of these people, they have a different background than you. Good or bad. Some people are going to be well off. That means you can't indulge like these people because you don't have the liberty to just do the shit stuff, do the garbage degenerate stuff. You can't afford to go out every night. You know, you can't afford to fap. You can't afford to play video games. You can't afford to waste time. You know why? Because I had to go home and fucking think like, bro, this cannot be my life. I will not die like this. I literally won't. My life was shit, bro. Every sense. I didn't have a good physique, didn't look good, had no social confidence, had no money. Now I have ticked off a few boxes. But back when you're 15, 16, when you have nothing, you're the skinny brown Indian kid, bro. What do you do? Where do you go? Who do you look to? I had to hop on self-improvement. I just had to. And these fake fucking friends, bro, I used to tell them, bro, no fap's good for you. You know, no fap's good for you. Hop on it. You know, stop watching porn. It's degenerate. It's bad. You pay what you say. Oh, no. You just being fucking gay. You're gay. I was called gay for not fapping. How? What the fuck? Like, what? What? I was called a nerd for deleting Instagram when I was 15 years old. I was like, bro, don't scroll. Hop off social media. Like, what? These were my fake friends. Mind you, I was still in the friend group. They didn't help. They didn't help me grow. So what do? I cut them off. Stop spending time with them. I spotted them. Okay, this is a fake one. I'm just going to talk to you. Hi, hello. After that, I'm fucking off, man. I don't care about you. Because as guys on self-improvement, we must learn and improve. We must. Constant learning. And if we're stopped, if we see, okay, maybe I'm spending too much time with this friend and I'm getting nothing in return, all we talk about is fucking women and just degenerate stuff. Like, what am I getting out of this? But let's say you have another friend where you talk about deep stuff such as God, you know, relationships, you know, you talk about hustling, you know, becoming better. Then that's the person I'm going to spend time with. And that's the person you should spend time with too. But these are your fake friends. Stay away from them. And don't get me wrong, I had some of the best time in high school socially. You know, made a lot of memories, but tangibly, you know, if you go down to materialist, like just, it was shit. I had nothing. So guess what? I had a natural inclination to improve because I was like, you know what? I'm not going to live like this anymore. I'm not going to do this because I always knew Just like Anthony Yard said, I always knew I was supposed to do something great with my life, but I just didn't know what. The wholesome advice of every other YouTuber on self-improvement will tell you, oh bro, go help them and tell your friends to hop on self-improvement and it will all be good together and you both can fucking be on NoFap 90-day streak and maybe you both can go out cold. It doesn't work. It doesn't fucking work. Why do we hop on self-improvement? Why did people like you and me, why? Because our life was shit. Because we saw something greater for ourselves. We're like, you know what, we're sitting at home rotting all day. We're like, you know what, I will not die like this. I will improve my life. I will become a man of substance. I will gain skills. I will improve my skill set. I will broaden my horizon. I will do all these things. Why? Because I want something better. But when your life's not shit, you know, when the fridge is full, mommy, daddy's loving you. Mommy, daddy's giving you $100, $200, $300 a month. Belly's full. Bowls are drained. Hunger's gone. You don't have to improve at 15, 16. But when you don't have any of that, guess what? It's like a fire under your asshole. It's like, fuck, bro, I need to get this shit sorted. Stay away from these fake friends, bro. Remember, where could discipline take you? Take care. Mwah. See you, man.
I took my niggas round the world and back. Still trying to find addresses to mail some packs. More time I'm chilling on the street with some niggas wearing goofies and Christians on their feet. Trap star and I let my ting go. In the interview room, I don't know nothing like a bimbo. Don't compare me to all these trappers barely making cash. I had Kylie Jenner, these niggas were selling trailer trash. When you met me, I had my 9 on me.